ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's episode of History's Greatest Athletes. As some of you may know, February is Black History Month. So in honor of last month, we bring you today two historical African American athletes. Please welcome Jackie Robinson and Muhammad. Jackie, we will start with you. Will you please tell us a little bit about your college and professional career?
I can indeed. I attended the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, where I was a four-sport athlete. I played basketball, football, track, but my true love was always baseball. After college, I played one season in Negro Leagues, but then my chance to fulfill my dream came in 1949. Brooklyn Dodgers owner Branch Rickey signed me to play for his team. I knew it would be a rough path to take, but I believed in myself that I could do it.
When you arrived in the big leagues, how did your teammates and fans treat you?
Most of the white people around me didn't like the idea of having an African man playing in their game, but I fought through it. I earned my teammates' respect on the field, and I believe I earned some of the fans' approval when at the end of the rookie season with the Brooklyn Dodgers, I was the National League Rookie of the Year with 12 home runs, a league leading 29 steals, and a 297 average. In 1949, I was selected as the NL's most valuable player of the year and also won the batting title with a .342 average that same year. I continued my great success as a result, and I am glad to say that I was eventually inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962.
You succeeded in putting the prejudice and racial strife aside and showed everyone what a talented player you were, and soon became a hero of the sport. Were there any problems off the baseball diamond that could have gotten you to you?
Yes, there was. Every night I was sick to my stomach about the safety of my family, and matters only got worse when fans of baseball sent me death threats to me and my family telling me that I must quit or something bad will happen. I almost gave in to the pressure many times, but my love for the game was too strong.
There had to be some fans that liked you, right, Jackie?
Some fans turned around with the help of my teammates, and many others started to accept me.
Indeed, your teammate Duke Snider once said he was the greatest competitor I have ever seen. Your general manager, Branch Rickey, also said there was never a man in the game who could put mind and muscle together quicker than Jackie Robinson. Another teammate Pee Wee Reese, once said, thinking about things that happened, I don't know any other ball player who could have done what he did. To be able to hit while everyone was yelling at him. He was able to block all that out, block out everything, put this ball that is coming at 100 miles an hour. To do what he did has to be one of the most tremendous things I have ever seen in sports. And your manager, Chuck Dressen, once said, give me 5 players like Jackie Robinson and a pitcher, and I'll beat any 9-man team in baseball.
Although most fans didn't like me playing, African American people started to develop hope when they saw a person just like them have success.
You really were an individual in society that inspired others, Jackie. Whether it be on the field or off, you provided hope for African Americans and let them believe that they could attain success in the white world just like you did. Thank you for telling us about your career, Jackie. And here's a short clip to learn more about Jackie.
In April 1947, when Jackie took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, not only did he break the color line of Major League Baseball, but he really broke the color line for mainstream America.
It's almost as if you say, if it costs my life, I'm willing to do it for the cause. And he did that. He was very articulate and I believe a great role model for African Americans, but not only for him, for all Americans. He was a great role model.
One of the fiercest competitors I ever saw, and I only played with Jackie just in the Brooklyn days, and but you could see that there was that fight, that desire, and the fiery spirit. And
now, Muhammad, will you tell our audience about your successful boxing career?
Of course I will. First off, growing up, my name is actually Sages Marcellus Clay Jr. In my boxing career, I had 56 wins, 37 knockouts, only 5 losses. I was the Olympic light heavyweight gold medalist in 1960. I was also heavyweight champion in 1964 through 67, 1974 through 1978, and 1978 through 1979.
Wow, that's really amazing, Muhammad. Out of all your victories, do you have any favorites?
I most certainly do. My most favorite and memorable fight was Thrilla in Manila. I was battling Joe Frazier for the 3rd time. I remember before the fight, most families said I would be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I got the gorilla in the Manila. Joe put up an incredible fight, but fortunately for me, I came out with a win.
Thank you for telling us about your career. Now let us reflect on one of the greatest boxing matchups of all time.
kid smiling as he corners Ali to the rope. Ali beats him to the punch.
Jackie, after your baseball career, did you do anything to impact society?
Yes, I did. After my retirement, my fights to break the color barrier was not over. I became a business executive as well as part of the NAACP, under management campaign.
What was the NAACP?
The NAACP is a civil rights organization that fights for social justice for all Americans. As well as being a part of the prestigious group, I also helped campaign with Martin Luther King Jr. and continue to integrate America. To help my fellow African Americans, I built a bank in Harlem and helped out many other black communities. I also became a vocal champion for African American athletes, civil rights, and other social and political causes. In July 1949, I testified on the discrimination before the House Un-American Activities Committee. I truly felt it was necessary to fight for civil rights of African Americans because they deserve to be equal. This influence meant more to me than playing days during baseball. I was able to show them that they could succeed and break the other color barriers in America.
Many different kinds of people have respect for you. Gene Buldig said he led America by example. He reminded our people of what was right, and he reminded them of what was wrong. I think that it can be safely said today that Jackie Robinson made the United States a better nation. Ronald Reagan once said, he struck a mighty blow for equality, freedom, and the American way of life. Jackie Robinson was a good citizen, a great man, and a true American champion. And Bob Gibson once said, if I were in Jackie Robinson's shoes, I probably would have never made it. Because of your contributions, not only to baseball, but to America as well, we honor your achievements on April 15th, known as Jackie Robinson's Day. Every player on every team in the MLB wears your number for one day to show appreciation to your impact and role on breaking the color barrier in America. You are much loved throughout baseball by all races and ages. Thank you. Now, Muhammad, didn't your religious beliefs change throughout your lifetime?
Yes, they did, as a matter of fact. Soon after I became heavyweight champion of the world, I converted to Islam. It seemed like a more modern approach to the racial barriers that faced me and my people. It was easier for me, belonging to the younger generation, to accept the more outwards ideas compared to the passive teachings of Christianity.
Can you please tell us about the Vietnam War?
When I was drafted, I refused to acknowledge my military service. Part of the reason was because my religious beliefs prevented me from it, but the main reason was why would I fight for a country that treated African Americans, like myself, poorly, so I refused.
Yes, that's true. You did once say, I ain't got no quarrel with the Viet Cong. No Viet Cong ever called me a nigger. You also stated, why should they ask me to put on a uniform and go 10,000 miles from home and drop bombs and bullets on brown people in Vietnam, where so-called Negro people in Louisville are treated like dogs and denied simple human rights?
Yes, and it did. As a result of not going, the U.S. Department of Justice pursued a legal case against me. I was found guilty, but I was able to clear my name.
After you were retired, what did you do?
Well, I began helping out those in need in other countries, and I was chosen to a United Nations Messenger of Peace.
Thank you so much for telling us about your career and life, Muhammad. You are truly an individual in society, as well as a rebel in society. Well, that looks like all the time we have today. Tune in on next episode on History's Greatest Athletes.